Yeah, Walter Hoving Home is located in Garrison, New York, and we are a long-term program that is centered on having a relationship with Jesus Christ. So we're definitely not your normal way of doing things, and we try to focus on someone's underlying issues for why they turn to drugs and alcohol in the first place. And then we just allow the lady to be able to come to know God, and that's what we believe to be the changing power.
The primary difference with traditional treatment is that the spiritual component is a component of the recovery process, so it's not the center of the recovery process. Primarily abstinence is. So, and then kind of condensing everything and kind of treating everything quickly within a 28-day setting, and then followed by, discharge and then going into outpatient programs.
When I was about 12 years old is when I started using drugs and alcohol, and I pretty much just started with marijuana, and I progressed pretty quickly. Around 17 is the first time I tried heroin. It got out of hand, but at the same time I was able to graduate high school. I went to college, I got my bachelor's, and when I was 25 I went to my first treatment. That was about 3 weeks, and 2 weeks later I was back to using.
I just know, I guess, some of it from my personal experience that, God's just the changer in my life, and that when that comes in, everything changes. I think sometimes we put the standard at abstinence, and I want to put the standard at being able to follow Jesus. So if my standard is only to follow abstinence, then I will fall short. But if my standard is to follow Jesus and I fall short, I'm not missing the mark that greatly. It just changes what your actual goal-oriented to be. So.
And how long is the program at Walter Hoving?
It's a year long. We are a nonprofit organization, so someone can come in with no money and we'd be able to sustain them for the year.
Does someone have to be Christian to come into the program?
You don't have to be Christian to come into the program. You just have to be open-minded to that's what we are, and that's what we do there. Half the day they spend in a learning center. That's where they are able to address their underlying issues. So it's through different books that are all Christian-based books, DVDs, sermons dealing with maybe codependency, maybe healthy relationships, maybe anger issues, and then trying to get to the core of why someone turned in the direction that they did. It's just a series of events that led them to thinking that's the solution to my problems. So we try to figure out a different solution, which would then be Christ, is what we give a name to it.
The difference is abstinence is something you achieve externally, and the spiritual piece, being connected to God, Jesus, is the internal change.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the internal change going, you're not going to stay sober.
So true for me. It was all the underlying issues that kept me. I had no coping skills. I had no idea how to act I had no idea how to act without drugs and alcohol. Yeah. So, and for me, the missing component was Jesus in my life. And because I'm working on a relationship with my higher power, that is what has made the entirely difference in my life.
I started teaching a prevention program down in Tuckahoe, and it's called Life Skills. And it said in the introduction how we don't learn these life skills. So,
especially because I didn't get that from my parents. I think my parents can only give to me what they have, and they did not have that ability to express themselves emotionally. It just wasn't accepted in my house.
We asked them if they're currently taking any prescription medication. Unfortunately, we're not able to assist anyone that is on any psychiatric medication, but we can get a doctor to clear them to come off their meds. I would say about half come off their meds to come in, and most successfully come off their medications and are able to live a life without them. And sometimes they come in and they do end up needing their medication. I know mental illness is real. And then at that point, then we will assist them to get somewhere to be able to be on their medication.
Okay.